If anybody asks you where I'm going to, I'm going over yonder to be with my Lord.
My name is Sammy Golston. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee.
My name is Aretha Lynn Chambers. I was born June 16, 1967.
My name is Kim Dunlap, and I was born in Cordell, Oklahoma, but live in Memphis, Tennessee now. In 2005, I was in jail, incarcerated, for forgery, several other things.
In 1994, I caught an aggravated assault charge against my wife and brother.
I've been going back and forth to jail ever since I was 19 on aggravated assault with intent to commit murder.
At that time, my diagnosis was schizophrenia and depression.
The depression that I would feel would be just like really, really bad lows, and then I'd have really high manias, as I call it now. So I knew there was something else going on. I went to the doctor, was diagnosed as being bipolar, and my medication was to do cocaine. So I just continued on that pathway, and that's what led me up to jail.
I was using drugs at that time also. I was on crack cocaine. That's how I got caught in the system.
A mental breakdown can come from lots of things. Being put down by the people that's supposed to love you, being picked at, being made fun of, sexual abuse. There are a lot of things that could cause a person to have a mental breakdown.
To have a mental illness and be in jail, wow, it's pretty rough.
It was the worst time of my life.
Jericho began as an idea.
One day, Mr. Stephen Bush, he come in, I was locked up in the hole. He throws his folder down and he's, darn it, why is you keep coming in here? So I finally took heed. I said, man, crazy. What did he care? You know, but apparently he did care, you know.
The Shelby County Jail, like many jails in urban areas, was facing the same problems. They were overcrowded, and one of the populations that caused a great deal of attention were the escalating numbers of persons with serious mental illness. And different communities across the country have taken different approaches to try to deal with the problem, and our approach has been a little different. And it has, over time, evolved and emerged into this thing we call the Jericho Project.
I never will forget. We got everybody together in our tiny little library, and I said, if we don't help these people, who will?
But one day, I was sitting in jail on an assault charge, and Mr. Bush came to see me. And he said, why would an intelligent person like you keep coming back into the system?
It's rough to just navigate through here, to say the right things when a pretrial officer asks, give me your residence. Where are you going to stay when you get out? What's the phone number there? You ever going to get out?
The national statistics indicate that someone with serious mental illness who's in jail, waiting to have his case resolved, spends from 2 to 5 times as long as a person in similar circumstances, same charge, same criminal history, who just doesn't have a mental illness.
I was only supposed to be there for 6 months. Everybody hit me, I hit them back. So that 6 months turned into 2 years.
This is what happens. Most people with serious mental illness get arrested. They eventually get convicted. They go and do a little bit of time, and by the time they hit the back door of corrections, their Medicaid services are cut off. Their Social Security services are cut off. And they hit the streets without bridge medications, without any of the resources they need to stay well. These are all barriers to recovery. And what we've done over time is tried to address those and other types of barriers to give our clients a fighting chance of staying well.
Everywhere there's a gap, we put a board or a bridge across that gap. It covers every aspect. Bridge medications, as we call it.
Long-term medication management, residential treatment, if it's available and right for that person, outpatient treatment, if that option is available. All of these plans are tailored to the needs of the individual None of them are exactly the same.
That makes all the difference in the world.
Well, my public defender, he made sure that he working through Jericho and with the court system made sure that I got my medication, that I was able to get to the clinic, to meet my needs, you know, and things of that nature, you know.
She had me to sign an agreement that I would stay out of fights and keep my medical appointments and stay on my medication.
I had to go to court once a month, sometimes twice a month, because I had like 2 or 3 cases going on, okay? And then finally Mr. Bush at the Public Defender's Office got everything in one courtroom. That was really, really hard, but I knew that there was a reason, you know, they were building up to getting everything together, getting my plan together, what I need to do, make sure that I was following my plan.
When you have a person whose reputation is known, or an entity, a social services agency, a support agency, that's willing to come before the judge and say, Judge, here's the plan. I have found, and Project Jericho substantiates that if you put the right network of services there, the judges will cooperate with you in most of the cases.
They set the plan up. I had to go to a therapist once a week for 1 year. I go to foundations. I did that until, I think I did that for 3.5 months. And that was every day also, Monday through Friday.
I go to Fraser Family Counseling on Whitney once a month.
Then I had to follow through with going to NA or CA class meetings. I had to do that 4 times a week at night.
Well, in 2003, when I first got into the group home, I was taking anger management classes. And my doctor, his name Bill Baker, told me to take and date it, the month, the date, and the year, to write down what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling. So that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years now.
We think we're onto something that is relatively inexpensive, that's very flexible, and that can address some of the complex barriers that plague most systems that are trying to deal with these problems.
I began to get my life back on track, and I took up a few classes at Southwest Community College to take up peer counseling. It helped me to better my life.
We have people that we have diverted that have been charged with various types of assaultive offenses. And to date, and we're talking several hundred people, we've never had a single incident of harm result from one of our jail diversions.
But I think the greatest thing is that we said that just as a matter of social values, from the standpoint of being humanitarian, we're going to put these individuals where they need to be, and that is in a place other than in the jail.
It made me feel good that folks talk about what I couldn't do, and that I should never got out of jail or the penitentiary, that I overcame an obstacle that everybody said that was impossible.
What we'll do is opening doors, and we're creating the opportunity to build the right relationships so that these individuals can live successfully in our community with a lot of dignity.
It's like I've been reborn, you know what I mean, on my old self again as I was when I was 12 or 13, you know, coming up. You know, I enjoy life now. You know, I can laugh, I can talk, you know, I can keep a few dollars in my pocket, you know, I have a bank account now, you know, things of that nature, you know.
But my greatest love of all is trying to keep somebody else from ending up in the places that I did.
It's a remarkable thing to watch someone reach recovery. So it's very rewarding.
Nobody never said life was gonna be easy, but you ain't got to put yourself down because other people put you down. The best medicine is self-love. Precious Lord, take my hand and lead me on and let me stand. I might be weak and I might be weary. Whoa, precious Lord, take my hand and lead me on and let me stand.